It's the FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. Oh my goodness, our next guests, they're so gracious. They're calm. You know when you have a lot of kids, you just have a calmness over your life and your spirit. And these two, we act like we were their kids today.
Yeah,
we act like we were their kids. Please subscribe.
Apologize.
FAQ podcast. And you can subscribe. FAQ podcast, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. You want to pay us, do all that kind of stuff. Email us fuzzyandq@gmail.com. Fuzzyandq@gmail.com will give you rates. Our next guest.
Give you a great rate, actually.
First of all, we want to say this publicly. We had them waiting, and they're so nice. Well, Asia is so nice, and because she's a mom, and when you're a mother of 6,
wow,
it's something that happens. When you're a father, you're just like, man, what, man? These, I'm telling you what Fatima was doing. These niggas, I'm waiting for these niggas. Who these niggas?
Asia, calm this down.
I'm never in my life had to wait for these. Who these niggas?
If y'all would have had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich for me or something, I'd have been a lot cooler, man.
It would have been a different reception.
We drove from Delaware for this interview.
So we apologize, but we thank you so much for your grace
your
that
patience.
Thank you so much.
You have thrust upon us here at the FAQ podcast.
I'm actually fake nice. See, when you have 6 kids as a mom, you're nice to others, but you're actually quite mean.
Got it.
So you the bulldog in the family?
Depends on what the situation is,
Yes.
but I have been known
if
to
I'm
bull
involved.
and dog. Yes.
Well, listen, we didn't do a proper introduction.
Let's do the proper introduction then.
We have they represent love. Okay, they're
Family love, not brotherly love.
Not
family love.
Family love. You know.
Brotherly and sisterly love, too.
Yes, we have.
Oh, he's
Philly.
deep. This brother is
DC,
deep.
Philly. When they meet.
Is that beef though? DC and Philly?
No.
There's no
all
beef.
love. No.
Oh, that's old school connect. Old school, like, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, but this is when you think of love, when you think of family, when you think of marriage, when you think of consistency, you think of Kindred, the family soul. They are here on the FAQ
Hello.
podcast.
Hey,
Thank y'all for the
so
grace.
much. Thank
like
you so
seriously.
Ah, man, thank you for having
Thank
us.
you. Okay. Oh, my bad. Okay, so where do we start here? Okay, people always want to talk about the kids and how do you
Because y'all
juggle
talk
all
about
of
it.
this.
Y'all sing about it.
We do.
But you can't always like each other.
Let's talk about that.
Well, 23 years of marriage, you don't always like each other. Ding, ding, ding. Surprise, surprise. Drop the confetti.
So it never ends.
You win.
It never ends.
You don't always like each other, but you love each other. You trust each other. You have a bond. You have an agreement. You have a constitution that you believe in with each other, and you rock with it.
What's the song? There's a thin line between love and hate, but I think that it really necessarily shouldn't be love and hate, but love and like is more the thin line because love is always ever present. But like she says, like is, you go through moments throughout the day that you're upset, you're frustrated, you dealing with this, that, and the third. So then you're not liking that moment, but you're always in love with life. You're always in love with your life. So
you got
it's kind of similar to your relationship.
So do you have to end a disagreement with "I love you, but I don't like you"?
Exactly.
I'm gonna try that one time. Maybe I'll get shot. I don't know.
I don't like you right now.
At
So you
this
want to put a
moment.
right now in there because I don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But you want to throw a right now in
Right
there.
now.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the truth of the matter is that you could have a time an hour or two later, and the same way you can get a trigger for to dislike one another, you can get that same trigger that reminds you like, oh, you my person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You deep.
It's
Y'all deep.
off and on.
Y'all do marriage counseling on the side.
We do not.
We do not.
Y'all should.
What?
We
Y'all
should not.
tripping.
What?
That's
Why wouldn't y'all do that?
R&B.
No, I don't want nobody's stuff on
I
my
don't
watch.
share any advice.
do the
But why
sage.
wouldn't you? Think about
I feel like, life is really about individual experiences. And I feel like when people get out front and try to share with people their individual experience as something that they should do, I just feel that that's...
you
But
sound
you
like a
don't.
counselor
But
right
you're
now,
getting
though.
the calls already. They know what y'all about. When y'all do a show, they probably like, oh, y'all got me through my marriage.
But see, that's the thing is that music and art works in a way where the person can interpret for themselves.
Yeah. Because think about this.
But I don't want the liability that comes with
It's all opinion.
giving people something that then they want to hold you accountable for if it doesn't go right for them.
That's
So
when you get
that
divorced, that's
it's
it.
just better to leave that alone. It's like your mom and dad used to say, like leading by example. It's kind of like, just be you, and if other people find inspiration or light from that, then that's a beautiful thing. But don't try to be like.
You sound like
And
you're
I
trying
will
to
say
be
this,
this,
and I
and
will
you
say
should do
this.
that. Yeah.
I think it's important
That's
that we
always
start to do better in culture by allowing people to do what they're great at, and not making everybody everything. It's like we have some amazing mental health workers out there that work with couples and do the thing. They do that work, and part of the problem that we have in culture is that in popular culture, people end up playing all these different roles, and it's like, no, they just make movies. No, they just sing songs.
Yes.
No, they just paint. No, they just play a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you can't be multifaceted, but we got to get back to allowing people to be great at what they do.
Try not to hate on anybody for their
That was a very
for their dedication or their determination or whatever it is that they are interested in doing. But a lot of times people don't even be together for too long, and they be out giving people advice.
What? I see that. Like,
being
Book on the
marriage
shelf.
counselors and different things like that. And it's just
Yeah.
like you haven't even given yourself enough experience and time to really cultivate what you're doing to be outwardly trying to showcase that to other people. So again, this is just our thing. You know what I mean?
So we caught y'all on a good day. That's it. We caught y'all both on a good
I
day.
don't know. Is it a good day or is it? It's a
I
good
gotta
day.
answer
It's a
that.
good day. We on the
Is it,
FAQ.
Asia, is it a
Podcast.
good
Is it a good day?
High up in the sky
would
of
say-
Philadelphia.
First of all, I don't want to
It's a
start
good
nothing
day.
to be
It's
bad.
Ice Cube out here, man.
Yes.
It's Ice Cube.
Nah, I think the strength of who we are as people is that we don't hide that. Like, I think a lot of people, we always know when people are not really a fan. People who say things like, "Oh, y'all supposed to be perfect," or they think they this, or they think they that. Oh, you didn't listen. Because we've never, if you listen to the music,
Yeah, y'all talk about it.
talk about all the stuff. So,
Yeah.
So we try to be fair to ourselves, because that's like, that's where our little compass tries to stay due north on that, because we don't want to be out here doing something that we're not. That was the whole point of being a married couple and doing what we do in the first place. We both did music separately before, but when we came together, we really kind of made an agreement. Maybe it wasn't the exact words, but we just knew, like, we ain't going to be out. Yeah, we gonna do this for real. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
So y'all was separate artists before y'all got together as a couple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that how you guys met in that scene, or?
He was writing songs for me.
Oh, you was work for hire.
A song.
He wrote a song for me.
We met under that pretense.
Got it.
This is college days. Is high school? What we?
College for some.
Well, neither of us went to college, so
Got it.
we were, I guess, going through the college of music kind of scenario, because most people, that's, you got to go through that space and stage of really honing your craft.
Right.
From high school on to us getting together and getting married, we were kind of in the school of hard knocks of the music industry.
Got it.
We both, when we finally did meet one another, like she said, was under the guise of she's an artist, I'm an artist, but I'm a songwriter, she's an artist, and we're getting paired together to try to collaborate and come up with different stuff.
And who hit on who first?
I think she hit on me. She was
Say
like,
that, brother.
Wow.
Talk
Wow.
that talk.
DC.
You hear me?
I'm
I'm gonna be
live.
quiet because I'm gonna allow
She
y'all
was
to
like-
use your common sense on
She
this
was
one.
like,
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna
was on-
sit
she
back
was
and
on
be
me.
quiet.
Okay.
She was on me,
She pressed you, right?
Because I don't feel
She was
like
pressing
it's
me
necessary
hard.
for me to speak in this moment, because
Yeah.
I think if y'all really think about it,
About
what's
what's
that
going
song?
on.
Ari
About
Lennox,
what he's saying,
what's
you'll
that
see
song
that
Ari
it's a
Lennox
lie.
got out? It's called "The Pressure." It's like I felt a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It
Yeah.
was just like
You had on gray sweats. You know what I'm
nibble on
saying?
it.
Holy
You know
smokes.
what I mean?
She was on you. I feel it.
She was all on it.
Yeah.
Say it, Asia.
She was all on
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna let him be
She
great
was on me,
today.
fam.
Yeah. And it was
Y'all
the
know
60s.
how I be. Man.
Yeah. Yes.
You know how I
Yes.
be.
You on the
know
studio.
what I'm
You trying to
saying?
write.
You smelling good. You got
Yeah.
the right shit on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Had a haircut.
Swag
You
on
from
1,000.
Philly.
Tell him the name of the
Wasn't that
song.
hard.
Tell him the name of the
yeah.
song you wrote. Tell him the name of the song you wrote.
What difference
No. But now we need to know.
do it make with the name of the song?
Wow.
Whoa,
Tell him the name of
whoa.
the song.
You got the. Do you?
Because this is about to bust this whole story
Okay.
out.
Oh, she going with DC on this.
Proving a point.
Name of the song was called "This Is the Start of a Beautiful Affair."
No.
Is this a title
Wow.
written by a man who was being pressured?
Gang.
Wow.
Is this the title written by a man who was being hit on?
So when he's writing, when he's doing this song,
What's the
for
thing
you,
that Gilly be saying? Right.
right? Did you feel like this was some energy that he was trying to throw at you?
I mean, I was a young woman in the music business, so getting hit on was like a thing. So that wasn't really the energy that I got from him immediately. I just thought he was a good songwriter, and that's facts. I thought he was really a solid songwriter. I liked the song. He could sing. I was like, bet, like I want to work with this person.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it wasn't like a romantic thing. He started calling me
Just
every
about things.
day.
Yeah.
And
Every
I was
day?
like, oh, he liked me. And you know,
You gave me a number.
I did.
Oh,
Was that necessary?
no. It was a
In
two-way
order for us
street.
to work.
It was a two-way street. No, like, oh hey, here's my number if you just want to call me about the
So, I mean,
song.
you know,
Was
you
it like
just
that?
Came to the studio, like you know.
I didn't
I've
offer
seen
the
you
number.
there.
What
I
studio?
did give it.
What studio?
Well, we were in New York at that time.
Okay.
But we ended up working at Sigma Sound, and that's kind of here in Philly. Sigma Sound is a historical place that lots of legendary artists and records were made, and really our love story kind of came together at that studio. So for us, it's kind of heartbreaking when it was no longer. But like, yeah, that was
All
really
the
where it
backdrops of our
Yeah.
our love story are pretty much no longer.
No, I mean yes.
Philly just kind of like
it has evolved
it
in a way.
swallows things up that are historic.
Yeah, especially around black music. But that was a tough one to lose Sigma. But that was really the place where we started working together, talking, dating. We would go out on dates, meet at the studio. We would be there together all the time. And really that was how it all kind of came together. We just, I don't know, just always together all the time.
Right. And you guys wasn't worried about like separating the work relationship between the dating and working, or it just merged?
Well, we didn't start being a group until after we were already married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So when we were working together before, it was like, oh, he's a songwriter, I'm a singer. We knew each other. And honestly, I was always taught you don't really mess with guys in the industry. So I was going outside of
You was fighting it.
my rules, to deal with him, but he was just a good person. And
Still
he
is
would-
a good person.
yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Oh yeah, no, still, you're right. No, absolutely. And and he believed things that I admired. So that was easy to kind of be with him and decide to do that. But then we got married, and the fast story is we went into regular life. He had a job, and we did that. We had a baby, and thought we were just going to be regular, ordinary.
Regular.
Right.
Just
African
plain old
students.
African students.
And then he lost his job, and he just called me on the phone, and he's like,
We gotta make this thing work on the
let's
music side, huh?
let's just make music.
Wow. And then y'all, I mean, but
That's dope.
here's the thing, like how do you not do, and I know y'all heard this question a million times, right? And I think one time y'all had like a commercial, right? Y'all had a commercial and it was showing the family, and I know it's a balance, right? That you have to protect because you're such public people. You go out, people are like, oh man, oh, I love you, blah, 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 blah. And then you show the kids and it's like, oh man, that's my favorite one. Or, oh, he grew up so big, right? And it's like, yo, that's my family. So how did you guys stay clear of not doing a reality show? And how did you guys balance protecting your family and your personal life from being personal and public figures?
Well, I mean, that's a kind of a layered question in a sense, because I think that we're very public people, but our lifestyle and the music that we've created and the relationship that we've created with the fans who enjoy what we do, I think has been pretty transparent and been pretty open, and we've been very fortunate in the sense of that our success level has not overwhelmed our family dynamic. And for that, we're extremely grateful and blessed in a lot of ways. But in terms of having done reality TV or what I guess, in some ways has damaged certain people's relationships or family dynamics from utilizing that platform, how we have avoided that or deterred or, or detoured a little bit from it is only because we haven't necessarily done it through the lens of network television, but we've turned the lens on ourselves through social media and through through YouTube and what have you. We did that, what was that, 10, 12 years ago or something. When our sixth child was born, we came up with a show called Six Is It. And it was kind of like early on in the reality shows turn, and when everything really started to turn in that direction, and as social media started to really become super huge and popular. Of course, we saw it as a way to further propagate our message, but also to connect to our audience and to share with them. And, YouTube and a lot of the MySpace, all of these things, it was new. So it felt comfortable. And because we were telling the story rather than having the story told about us, we didn't really necessarily concern ourselves so much with the narrative, because the narrative, of course, was going to be the intentional narrative was it's about our family. We love each other. We want you to see that. Yeah. And so it was never about amplifying negative or when we didn't like each other or whatever the case may be. That those aren't the things that we're showcasing, but not intentionally to fool people, but because we're not producers with that goal in mind to show the parts of a family that might be damaging. So I hope I didn't go too long on a tangent with that answer, but
I think also too, I think also too, at the end of the day, we got saved in a lot of ways because we always were able to do what we love doing and kind of accomplish what we wanted to do, but we never got asked to do those things. So it was always they would
that's
ask.
Not necessarily true. Because we were asked to do reality television.
We were asked to do it early on when Flavor of Love was a thing.
Oh man, it was a
right. So that was the kind of reality TV that was out then.
Got it.
We were asked before you had Mary or any of these people whose families were on TV. Yeah. So the only thing was
our show that would have been us became what's his him and his wife, Terry Crews.
Right. The Family Cruise.
The Family Cruise.
Okay.
Right.
They came to us and they ended up. They did that show with that family, and that was cool because we weren't interested in that at that time, and so
we kind of wanted to have, if we were gonna do it, we wanted to have a middle ground between something being overly produced to where it's today we're gonna go buy shoes, and or completely
scenarios set up
raw. It had to be some sort of middle ground where it was chill but not fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was that was our vibe with it. But we were happy to see healthy families on TV because when we were asked, it just didn't exist.
At that time, no.
Yeah, at that time it was pretty bad.
Do your kids kind of try to push it?
No.
They never try to push?
No.
Wow.
Our kids like that our life is chill. And that's the cool thing about it is that sometimes every artist is going to tell you they want to have more money. I don't care what artist it is, they're gonna be yeah, I could make a couple more dollars. Every person that you talk to is gonna
couple.
Yeah, every artist that you talk to is gonna be yeah, I wouldn't mind being a little more famous, right? But I think what happens is that you start to be grateful for the certain level you didn't get to because that level comes with something that is destructive. So it's if I can make my little coin and I could do what I really love doing and my fans are really connected to me and I can avoid the drama, then I'm going to do that. Because we've seen too many people's thing get wrecked.
Shit's nice.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people's stuff get wrecked. So yeah, it'll work this particular way.
How many kids do you guys have?
6.
So 6 is it.
Six is it.
Six is it.
Six is it.
It was no,
so
we done.
says these stitches.
Hey.
We had a whole episode about him getting a vasectomy.
What? You did? All right, so
Talk about it.
All right, so I got 3. I'm tired. I don't even know how y'all got 6, but 3. I got 3 sons, right?
They did it, and they had kids.
You had what happened?
They did it. You said you don't know how they did it.
No.
We
Did
did
it.
do it.
But no,
He left it in.
We did it a
many
few
times.
He
Oh my
left it in?
He left it in.
Fam, he left it in.
That's how,
Fuzzy.
that's what happened. So
See,
that's how you have
Philly
kids.
cheesesteak sandwich, and he left it in.
Yeah, and water ice.
yeah, ice water.
Fred's
Ice water,
ice.
sorry.
It was
Fred's
Fred's
ice.
ice.
It was
Fred's ice. Fred's ice.
Fred.
Shout out to Fred, Southwest Philly.
Is Fred black?
Fred is definitely
Okay, cool.
black.
Yes,
Absolutely black.
Fred is black and African.
Yeah,
Off word?
we gotta take you past there. Anyway,
I wanna
all right.
ship
So
some
I was supposed to get a vasectomy.
Shout out, Fred.
I was supposed to get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
And it was, this was this September 18. I'm on the radio. I'm like, yo, I don't know if I should get a vasectomy or not. This male nurse called up and was like, yo, don't do it because a lot of dudes, not a lot of dudes, he said sometimes dudes don't get back to full strength. I was like, what? I was like, I ain't
that's-
doing that.
I don't know why he called you with that. That's why.
So
Hating
I've
ass.
had that problem.
I
Lies.
I
I
never
had
had
it
that
scheduled.
problem. Yeah.
Had it scheduled. They was calling me. Are you coming? Are you coming? I never picked up the phone.
We as
one
men
call?
will look for any and
One
every
call?
excuse that we
One
can
call should be-
find to
Yeah.
not make a move that might be a move involving something that has to do with our genitalia. It's unfortunate, but I really
Breaking me down. You are a
at this,
therapist.
at this point in my life, having looked back on it, I feel like it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I would never give back any of my children because
done,
I
'cause you-
love them
Right,
genuinely.
right.
But had I realized that that was a really valuable option beforehand, I might not have 6 kids today because
Probably
it's
3,
just kind of
4.
like I
3
might,
probably.
I might because then it's,
I'ma
then,
go
then
with
it's like
3.
we didn't plan. Oh, we're gonna have this amount of children.
Yeah.
I come from. My mother has 6 children, and I'm the oldest of 6 children. I never wanted to have a big family. I never thought that that's what was going to happen in my life.
So you put that energy out there, and that's what you got.
Well, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Perhaps that's.
He
that's
like
how it
making
worked.
love to his
'Cause
wife.
I
It's a
used to-
thing.
I definitely like making love and leaving it in too. So I guess I got what I deserved.
Oh, leave it in.
So was the conversation? So
That's hilarious.
again, September came and went.
Yeah.
December, my wife was like, "Yo, look in the bathroom." I'm like, "What am I looking for?" She was pregnant. We had the third, and I love him. He's a great kid,
Love
but
that
I'm
guy.
like,
No way.
man, 5 plane tickets is a lot of money. But y'all are talking about 8.
We drive
you ain't gotta
everywhere.
say
Yeah.
that to take it away from when you
We
was
drove to
5. It's
Disney.
a lot, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. And that's
Yeah.
the thing is that's the thing. You can love your family and be grateful and admit that it's a lot because it is.
It is a lot.
And the mental heft that it is
Yo.
like, it's not, everybody thinks about when they're little. Like, oh, that was tough. Yeah, it was tough when they were little. But the toughest part is trying to talk to, guide, and understand 6 different individuals as people. That's the true work. The real work is the intellectual work.
Y'all be on some real coach.
That shit is off the chain. However, I will say this: like, after he had the vasectomy, it's nothing like being able to make love without that anxiety about a pregnancy.
Damn.
It changes the level of intimacy, and it's like you reattach to the fun of it all. The fun, it's the fun.
Yeah,
and
just
I'm gonna
lay-
keep it 100.
lay in the bed for a second. You have to get up, you know what I mean?
Pickup
you
games
get
right
married
there,
and you
exactly.
stay monogamous, so you ain't gotta wear rubber. And it's like, and you sitting up there married 20 years wearing a rubber. Why? Or your wife's on some sort of birth control.
Nobody
and she's
wanna
dealing
wear
with
a
the
raincoat.
fallout
Rubber
of that.
for 20 years.
Bro, let me tell you something. We don't
Fam,
even
I
know
feel
what those
sorry
are.
for you.
Rubber, what's that? Like, no,
sorry
it's
for you,
lovely.
fam.
It's lovely. It's intimate. It's special.
Y'all look
You
at
don't
it
have
weight.
to worry about none
Skin
of
to
that stuff.
skin. Feel that thing.
Baby.
You know.
Won't you be
Keep all the way with
nice?
us.
Yo,
Yeah.
y'all really like it. You have
Y'all
to
like each other.
You have to figure it out.
Yes, it's the like outweigh. If the like always eventually outweighs, and that's the cool thing is that if you are willing to do the renegotiation all the time, and the negotiation.
What do you mean by
sometimes can be rough.
renegotiation? What are you talking? What is that? What do you mean? Like,
Negotiation. The negotiation of, okay, so I call it the Constitution. Every relationship has a constitution. And then, sometimes you're particular about it, and sometimes it just kind of comes into being. And then eventually you have to start working on amendments.
Wait,
Some things you got to kick out, some things you got to add. Addendums.
So y'all have like
sections.
laws. You have laws.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that specific. It's not
Agreements.
that
It's
rigid.
agreement.
Okay.
But it's like a general understanding because, you know, in therapy and stuff, and in psychology, they call it family systems, right?
Okay.
So in your family system, just like in the justice system, right? You have these kind of rules and things that go on. Well, families have those rules too.
Yeah.
You know, understandings and things. You know, there's certain things that you do, certain things your wife does, the kids do, and certain expectations. So there's certain expectations we had of each other when we first got married that maybe those expectations
Yes.
aren't the same anymore.
Yes.
And you know, over time that does change. It changes from 1 child to 3 children. It changes from being 20 years old to being 40 years old. So all those things do change, whether you are real specific about it or not.
Yeah.
And it can be rough or it can be smooth. It just depends on who you married to. That's why we say we don't give each other advice. I don't know who you married to.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to be with her. I don't. I know how to be with me. I know how to be with him, mostly.
What was the year? Y'all
I
remember?
still be learning. You know, it's still a learning process.
Still learn. Perfect. All right. So you're still learning.
I'm not that predictable.
Wait. What do you guys? What do you guys sign? What do you guys sign? She gave you a courtesy hug. I thought that
That was a courtesy
hug. Like, baby.
The real one would have been lower.
What do you guys sign? Who's
I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a Libra.
Libra? Okay, my daughter's a Libra. Okay.
What do I don't? What's the? I'm not into.
I just,
I'm not astrology.
I'm
I
an
don't know.
air sign. He's a fire sign. So it's kind of like he's a lot. And I'm
But
like,
he's been so cool.
She's a little.
I'm chill.
I'm a lot and she's a little. Like,
I can blow through the
a
fire.
little lot. A lot of little.
I can either put the fire out or I can make it worse.
Y'all believe in signs? Y'all,
I totally believe in signs.
y'all believe in
bro.
signs?
Yeah.
Y'all really into that?
I do because I
I
feel
don't know
like
if
believe
it's
in the
about
signs.
believing in it.
From the good Lord.
That's where I'm at.
he's so deep, my.
That's
Yeah.
the signs that I believe
What's
in.
Sagittarius?
And
What's,
the Lord will send you a sign.
what's your birthday? What's the birth dates?
My birthday is December the 7th.
Okay.
September 25th.
Oh, y'all close by each other.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. I
It's
don't,
kind of close.
yeah, that is. Is it anybody? Any of the kids have y'all be always celebrating a birthday?
Well,
much.
this is our time right now, right? Yeah, so
Birthdays is
They're kinda
about to
spread
have
out.
A daughter birthday in a
few weeks. She turns 20 in a few weeks. So we have
And I
basically
just turned 23 a
Yeah.
few weeks ago.
May, June. We have end of December, February, August.
It's just always
It's all over.
Then I got a million nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters and family and
So is your whole family from Philly? Like,
it's always somebody's birthday on Instagram.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, whoever's birthday is watching.
so your family is all here. Like they haven't left. They're all in Philadelphia.
My immediate family?
Yeah.
Well, no, I have family that's all over the place. I mean, they black, so they go
They
places.
move,
So
no
they move
mask.
around. They move around, but I mean, we have a good family support system here in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah. Like, so do y'all have like, all right, we gotta have a date night, like, or is it like a schedule?
Oh,
We
I
do-
like
we
that
have a
you
little
asked
date
this
night.
question.
Uh-oh.
We used to make
We
fun of.
ain't going to date night in a couple of weeks because she be
What you talking about? We just was on date night on
Oh
Friday.
yeah, well, but a couple of weeks before that.
Oh, right,
You
because
did
you,
your
was
things.
on travel.
No.
But my,
Uh-oh.
you was.
Nerve like
Yeah, I'm. Ooh.
You was on travel.
Do we
You
edit
goodness.
right here?
No,
we
no.
gotta
This
keep
is
the
all.
thing.
This
This is all
free.
live.
This is live. Yeah.
No, we used to make fun of couples that had date nights because we'd be like, oh, that's not very spontaneous. Like, they're planning to go on a date.
But now you
That's
understand?
whack. Well, the pandemic. So what happened was pandemic came and we were stuck in the house and we're like, we have to get up out of here like one day a week. we have to get out.
So
We have a studio, so we couldn't go anywhere. So it's like, we'll go to a date night at the studio. Like, we'll just both leave on Friday. And then we stuck with it. So we've been doing it for like 2 years.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
I told my wife, I was like,
It's an excuse.
It's all right.
what?
It's all right. Sometimes it's real dope, and sometimes it's just all right.
Oh, wow.
It's Friday night. It's date night. You know what I mean? We gotta spruce it up. We gotta be able to go places. We gotta get out of this pandemic era. I'm sick of this thing.
We did
You know
get
what
used
I mean?
to being in
if
a
you want the
studio.
truth from me, because I like to go places. I don't like to just go to the studio and play the music. I be there all the time. So like,
You want to go
I
outside?
I want to go outside.
You wanna go
I want to go
outside. We
somewhere.
was, like,
I wanna
inside for
be
2
around
years.
some people and do some
Well,
things.
y'all got
But I
other,
like that.
y'all can travel to other places around here. Like,
Yeah, it's a couple places. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we did do basically
Can't go too
like
far.
Thank y'all
shrimp.
for asking this question. This way,
No, 'cause
I got something out.
Yeah, he was
This
holding
is
that.
therapeutic.
this is what we're here for.
Yeah, he was holding that in.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't tell you that? Oh, you didn't know that? You're not in tune?
but you're not about to cry or nothing like that.
No.
I ain't know.
We on the couch.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, like we just turned into their therapist.
Why does everybody act like that? Like
I don't like seeing
married
people cry.
people don't. We're not.
No, I get
Like
it.
we don't know everything about everything. Period. Like we still.
So you got to take him out.
I gotta take him out.
Yeah, you got to take him
I
out.
thought he was enjoying the crab legs and the sex in the studio. I thought we were good with that.
Damn.
But I can
What's the
see.
name of y'all studio? What's the name of y'all studio? What's the name?
Wow, this is
Y'all-
getting real.
Kinky Kindred
I was
around
thinking
his
that the
mouth.
seafood, like we black. you know, I was
CLS,
like-
baby.
I was like, I thought the shrimp, the Peelanese shrimp, and the crab legs
They're
Yeah.
taping it.
was popping. No.
They're
But I didn't
taping
know.
it.
But I did know. Like
They're
we're
taping
all
it.
itching to get out and do more.
Wait,
So,
what
yeah.
couch do we avoid when we go to y'all studio?
Huh?
What, I'm just asking.
What did you ask me?
Which couch do we avoid when we go to y'all studio?
Oh, the gray
Now
one.
we could.
The gray one.
Yo, listen, Fuzz, you're asking questions I would never ask them.
What are you talking
because, no,
about?
No, because I know them and I respect them and like I know
She
this.
just
You
told
want to
you
stay
his
with the
seat.
purple one and the white chairs.
It's definitely the gray couch.
See what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't ask them. I love what you're asking because you're just like, man, whatever. And I'm like, this is for Teen in Asia. I have to respect. This
I'm
is
dead
his
ass,
wife,
though,
and
like-
this is for Teen.
We got
you know?
children. We
Yeah,
got
but they
family.
kids know
we
that
got
they
people.
have
The
sex.
kids know we have sex. My daughter's always like, if I come in and Dad's home and that door is closed, she's just like, I know it's shut down for the night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, get your own snacks, huh? Go in the refrigerator,
See,
get your own
what's
snacks.
wrong? It's just
The
just
kids are fine.
This line of questioning can move to a different
it's a
area.
So you
Caring
just
love.
okay. So we'll go back. You just want to get outside of the
Yes.
That's
studio,
all I was saying. I
Why
want
don't
to,
you-
go
like
some
breakfast,
places.
maybe like breakfast date.
I mean, we get out. Don't get me wrong, fam. Like I just trying to say,
Do
like,
more.
for 2 years,
You've been stuck
we
in
was
the
all
house.
stuck in the house.
So go to Atlantic
and we were
City,
very
maybe.
fortunate that we did have another outlet outside of our home to go to too. That wasn't where everybody else was at too, and we
Got
could
it.
be there.
Yeah, we
And
were lucky.
so we were grateful, and we're very grateful, and we feel blessed to have an outlet like that. But
You wanna
just
just-
like anybody, you
wanna-
know what I mean.
Yeah.
You grateful for what you have, but sometimes it's not taking it for granted. It's just like, oh man, I wish I could do a little something
have
else.
access
a little,
to more, you
little
should
Like
do
something
what
more.
would you want
Yeah.
to do? I
Yeah.
just give you some help. What would you want to do, my brother?
I just like to spice it up sometimes.
Like a
spruce
strip
it up.
club or something?
No, not a strip club, man.
I
We're
don't
talking
know.
about date night.
You can have a date night at a strip club.
like a winery.
That's not really a good date night.
Yeah.
Maybe a
All
date
depends
night
who
with
you
your
asking.
homies or something, but like not me and my wife. No, that's not,
I
that's
will.
not a good thing.
I'm too friendly. Me and the strippers will end up having like crab legs and talking.
And
It
going back
won't-
to the studio.
It won't.
You know what
do
I'm saying? Going back
Line
to the
of
studio.
questioning
Shut it
down.
I get it.
I'll
So
be like, girl, how you know how to do that? You
Yeah,
know, that would
get tip. Okay, so all right.
I'm learning a lot
why
right
don't
now.
why don't you go to a winery? You drive to a winery.
Oh yeah, we
Go
did
to-
that for an
yeah.
anniversary some years.
Go to like
ago.
the Finger. You ever been to Finger Lakes? It's
Finger-
like a 4 hour drive.
Finger licking?
Finger Lakes.
Oh,
Finger
we've
Lakes.
been to Finger Licking now.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
finger
y'all
licking.
go up there. Dude,
yeah.
let me ask you this. We talked about date night. Is it ever a time like y'all get separate? Like, I need to get out of here
Like
by
separately?
myself. Like, I see you later. I need to. Do you have hobbies that you get away from the kids in your family?
Oh yeah.
Y'all both look alike.
No, I mean, well, Fatine has really been kind of honing a skill. It started out as a hobby, but then he's really like doing it and loves it. He's been DJing now for 2 years.
Yeah.
But even before that, we've done other outside projects that were,
Separate.
they were love projects that ended up being something bigger. One of the things I love about what we've been able to do over the years is that stuff that started out as just like hobby things we wanted to do turned into like other stuff we loved doing. Like I was just sitting there lamenting with a friend about, I was listening to Roy Ayers and I was like, I interviewed Roy Ayers. Like all that jumped off from Fatine saying, hey, you know what, how about we do like a Arsenio Hall kind of show? So we did like this interview show for years and that was amazing. And it kind of came out of that just thinking about things and dreaming and saying, hey, I want to do something. Yeah. So yeah, we've always been really creative people. We've delved into everything. We've done media, we've done live events, we've done all kinds of cool stuff that's been fun as well as work. But
y'all used to do the was that Warm Daddies?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kindred Presents.
Yeah.
So we've done a ton of stuff that, like I said, was like offshoots of things that interest us.
Super dope.
You know, so yeah, and I love dancing and I love, books and stuff like
now?
that.
I mean, like,
writing a book.
Yes.
What's the book about? Like, can you give us a sneak peek?
Well, the book is basically like a memoir, but it's really about transforming how you look at what love really is for you. I think we've made a long career talking about love, and I think people might not fully get the whole picture. And I think people I think right now we're in a kind of a dark place in the world where people want romantic love so badly that they get taken advantage of, that they're so focused on whether or not they get married or they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, that they miss out on all the other transformative loves that exist in their lives. And that once they get into a relationship, they can't even really appreciate that for what it is because they expect it to serve them in the ways that 5 different other things should. And that's why, and the expectations that we put on each other is just heavy. But I think but it's not about telling anybody anything. It's just about kind of showing stories from my life that exhibit this for me. And what inspired me to do it was that my mother passed away about 4 years ago. And when my mom passed, I like to describe it as, if you can imagine, like, you remember that video, Can You Feel It, by the Jacksons? And how, like, it was like all these little like stars that were like falling all over them. I always look at it like this. When my mother passed, it was like a star exploded and then all the little lights and stuff just kind of fell all over the place. And that kind of love that she had kind of landed on all the people in my circle.
Nice.
And so I just felt so much love from so many people that it help me understand how transformative and how much we limit what love is.
Man.
Y'all
powerful.
Deep. Y'all deep.
Can we talk about, man, I'm about to cry. When does the book come out?
I'm not finished, so I don't know.
Okay. No, listen.
You need to finish it.
I'm working on it. It's harder than it looks. Writing songs is easier.
Really?
But I think just like writing songs, in order to write a book, you have to live. And so living is a part of it. So you have to get out there and experience the things and be inspired in a different kind of way. So, yeah. Nice. I'm looking forward to it, though.
Let's talk about J.Ill, because, you had this podcast with Laia and Jill Scott.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's girls talk. Like
It's a cackle fest, for real, for real. It is literally like, I don't know. I think if you want to know anything about Gen X women, you should probably listen to this podcast because we talk about everything. And we're really, really honest. And I don't know. I don't think it's anything out there like it. Personally, I don't think there's anything like that. A lot of times what you hear in the podcast world around Black women is usually like the skews a little younger. Or it's kind of harsh on us, to be honest.
Do people not expect to hear you guys talk about certain topics, or?
For sure. I mean, because there's so much misunderstanding about like who Jill is, about who I am. Laia has been really, I feel like, blessed because she's been in radio and in media for so long.
So she knows how to.
And been able to be open and talk about herself. But I think even she has been able to talk about herself in a way that she's never had before, because it's such a male-dominated industry, and she's always kind of been in those environments.
Yeah.
So for her to be fully herself is actually new too. So I think it's really cool.
I think Jill Scott's a freak. I just want to put that on the record. I just want.
But I'm glad you said that.
I think
because
she's a freak.
I'm glad you said it
if
that
I ever
way.
interview her, I'm going to tell
because you
her.
should listen to the new season, because she addresses that, and I want
In a good
people
way,
to-
though. In a good way.
She addresses the fact that that's the perception that many men have about her.
So
I'm
they
just saying, I just have a personal
over-sexualize
crush
her.
on her.
Well, I'm a let's we gotta.
What is a freak though?
Well, I mean, it
And what's
was
wrong with being a freak?
It's nothing wrong with-
And why is it that-
or when you say that, are you saying that with
I think it's just
a
because
negative connotation?
Hell no.
Or are you
No, no,
saying
no.
it with like,
I feel like
I
this.
think she's
All right,
freaky.
all right, put it this way. Put it this way.
You know,
You know how we put Anita Baker on a pedestal?
Sure.
If I saw Anita Baker twerking and I'm like, well, she a freak. I didn't know.
Yeah, I
same
did see
thing with
Jill
Yolanda
Scott
Adams.
twerking.
No,
And
we
I'm
didn't.
just- I'm just
We
putting
did. We
the-
did
I'm
see
just
Jill
saying-
Scott twerk, but we did see the. I think the
You seen her do some
the microphone
things with
thing.
the
The fellatio
That was the
mic
thing.
And you
thing.
heard her sing songs that
Yeah.
most women
Love Rain.
love
Listen,
and think about
Yeah.
and have
I mean,
those
I'll put
same
it this way.
emotions. Your wife and your
I find it
girlfriend or
funny
whatever.
that Jill Scott could sit next to me, right?
Yeah.
A woman with 6 children, and she's the freak.
Wow.
Okay.
Like, I think that's funny to me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
say.
don't.
You're welcome.
Like, I think that's
You know-
funny. Like, so it goes to show you how perception becomes reality and how all of these different things. But I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to say, listen to the new season,
I'ma listen to it.
because we address that.
Cut.
We-
But you
They
understand
all
what-
freaks.
I'm just saying. From
Now,
being-
they all 3 of them. They all
Oh,
freaks. I
goddamn.
said it. All 3 of them. They freaks.
Right here.
They freaks. They freaks. They freaks. Freaks of the industry. That's the new name of their
Freaks of the
podcast.
industry.
I'm just kidding.
Industry.
I love all 3 of them. They,
I'm just-
Yeah.
and they have a great
the key-
podcast. And sister
Hood.
conversation. No, authentic sister conversation is
Yeah.
something that all sisters
I'm just putting it
really going to embrace.
From
and
a
they
fan,
really
from
feel
a
good.
from
It
from the
changed
industry.
when we saw the microphone thing.
Nah, I'll tell you what's changed for me. The one song she was like, the call, the whatever that song is.
I was thinking about you.
I was thinking about you.
Oh,
Man, you can't tell me that song ain't about.
It was about you, wasn't it? What? She was talking to you.
I'm in my car like,
Did she say fuzzy
Jill
in that
Scott is in.
record?
Listen, Jill Scott is in the passenger seat every time that song is on.
Yeah.
Jack.
But you know what though? That
blush.
I
You
would
heard the
like
song
you.
with
I would
Paul
like
Wall?
you to shift your perspective on that into thinking about what a powerful writer she must be, to be able to paint a picture so clear that you would see yourself in it. That right there.
Talking about smell good, yeah.
This is why people should look at women like Jill Scott and think
He was like,
that's a
fuzzy
genius.
wuzzy was a what?
That is my song, Jack.
They
Then
don't-
she,
they
then
don't hear
when
me,
the
though.
song that Warren Campbell did, she
They not hearing me.
Hear you, man.
They not hearing me.
No, I hear what you
Cool.
said. Here's the thing.
Let these guys ask their
No, no,
questions.
no.
If
It's-
she was a man, you'd be like, she's a genius. But because she's a woman, you like she's a freak.
No, it's
No,
see,
I'm just
that
saying
was what Fuzzy
perception-wise,
said.
the perception of
He
her
likes
being
it.
like,
He doesn't
We
think it's
love
bad.
it.
He likes
I
it.
welcome it. What are you talking
I'm
about?
not saying you didn't like it.
It's just
I'm not fussing.
She just wanted.
You just
Yeah.
know
Never
it.
mind.
You just have a more insight of Jill Scott. I'm just
I
saying.
actually have just more insight
woman.
on as a woman, as an artist.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You know,
It's
so
good.
I'm just saying,
I-
I'm trying to
I
help
welcome
you.
it.
I'm
welcome
trying to
it.
help you see it from
I
a lot
welcome
of
it.
different perspectives.
I
I'm
welcome
just-
it. Scumbag
you
fuzz
know.
sometimes just
Jill
comes
Scott
up.
is the queen.
yeah of
Freaks.
freaks.
Hello.
No, respectfully, Jill, you know we love you, and we had to say that for the clip.
knew she
Anyway,
is she married? Is she married?
Good.
no,
Goodness.
she is not married.
Woo!
But you
She
know
not
who is
Black
married?
men and y'all's queen
just
freak
wanna make sure I didn't
dichotomy.
disrespect.
Bless
But-
y'all.
Oh, you know what?
The brothers.
Break it down. Break us down. Break
May
it
God
down.
bless you all. We'll talk about it another
Here's the
time.
thing.
Why?
We wanted to
Whoa.
let you know that
In the world of Kindred the Family Soul,
Gonna be trouble.
we're about to get red. This is she about to slice
it's
this up.
it's not a read. It's
listen,
just I
15.
need for
You know when to be quiet, huh? I got to learn that. That's what I want to learn. Patience
Yeah, but
and being quiet.
Do it right
When to
now.
shut the
Do it right
fuck
now.
up.
Yeah, do it right now. Hold on. Okay.
He said do it right
You were
now.
talking, Queen.
Yes.
I need not all, but many black men of our age group to come to terms with their inability to not see black women out of either 2 categories,
What's the other category?
queen
Yeah.
and hoe.
hoe ain't.
There is a
ain't calling
very
nobody.
queen and freak. We'll say freak.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
y'all,
freak
y'all
and
are
hoe is
bothered.
two different
y'all,
things.
Y'all clutched your pearls at hoe.
Okay, maybe-
Okay. We'll say that. And
You understand
I would
what I
say
said.
that there's a very
understood.
beautiful and unique,
Open.
and
Fluid.
absolutely diverse and just amazing, like the sea of diversity between black women, between those two parts of your spectrum. But it's not even a spectrum. It's more like a pool of things.
So okay, well, I will let you know this, Queen Asia. Mm-hmm. Being married for
That's Queen Freak Asia.
for 32.
I don't need that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying that, bro.
He can't call you that.
I'm not, bro.
He
can't call you that.
No, we would never say
I
that.
would never say that.
You
Fatine,
can't call. No.
Fatine,
No.
look at me, Fatine.
No.
I would never.
No.
Fatine, I would never.
He said, "I
Thank you,
contact
fam.
my brother.
Yes,
I
I would never.
contact
Thank you, fam.
I wasn't going down that rabbit hole.
Thank you.
Okay.
I would never do it."
Ever.
Brother. With all due respect, my
With
brother.
all due respect, like
All due
being
respect, my
positive,
brother.
It's time for me to be silent, amen?
No, but I think
Ball
being
players
married-
want to be rappers. Rappers want to be ball players. Queens want to be freaks. Freaks want to be queens. It's all the same thing.
What I've
These out
learned
here.
is being married. Women have, and being with my same wife, you can see different layers, right? And I think what Fuzz was saying. No, I'm not gonna put in the words. I'm gonna try to help.
Clear
Should
it
I
up,
help you?
please.
Should I help
Clear
him?
it up.
Should I
Please
help him?
explain
Should I
it.
help him? I'm gonna help him.
Put this
'cause
life
FAQ.
vest on, my G.
I'm gonna put the life vest. What he was just saying was he didn't know. I looked at when we saw Jill Scott before. It was
Peace and blessings.
it was actress. It was great songwriter.
Natural.
Yeah,
Natural. Just love beauty.
But Jill's from North Philly. She North.
But from LA, I don't see the North.
I get it.
I be
But
feeling,
that's the marketing
It's always
thing.
like this. She's always like, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think this is fair. I actually think it's cool that we talk about these things because.
But you
our
understand my
perceptions-
perception. All right, can
Of
I give her another?
course
Can I give her
I
another
do.
perception of somebody
Okay.
else?
Okay.
I talked about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Erykah Badu. Oh. I didn't know what Erykah Badu was working with until I saw her at Jay Dilla's funeral, walking down the middle of the aisle. I didn't know she had a big
Oh,
booty.
the window seat video.
Oh yeah, when she said yeah.
Yeah, that was after. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Right.
But
Yes.
Because a big booty shouldn't be on a woman.
I just
who
like big
likes
asses. I just like that's dope. I just she stays covered up. I'm just saying. I'm going from that angle.
It's just I like I said, and now you know we don't even have to stay here, but
No, we
just
shouldn't.
in terms of
I don't want to get in trouble.
all of us,
I'm in
that,
a relationship.
you know, that there is so much work to be done about how we
Sexuality.
talk about women and who we think they are
Yeah.
and how they're perceived in the media and how certain imagery equals this and this imagery equals that, and that much of that stuff really is what builds our value systems about the way we treat women and about the way that we talk about them and what we think they will and won't do, and what feeds things like rape culture, what feeds things like misogyny, what feeds things like, you know, what we've seen kind of emerge from different movements about this. So I just encourage all of the men, especially men in our age group, because we really missed a lot of the conversations about gender. Like we know about race, we really don't talk about the way we think about women.
Because we don't talk about that in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up in the church, so none of this was ever.
Absolutely. And it's understandable.
Sex education was. She threw me a book, and it was like cartoon figures of people naked and under a cover. I'm like,
Wow.
And that's sex education. I'm talking about just looking at women like human beings.
Yeah.
That a woman is not an immediate moment.
But you know,
to recall sex.
But you understand us as male species, we always going to look like we're gonna look. We're gonna turn around and look. You understand what the turn around and look is?
Oh, absolutely.
Am I right?
Animalistic behavior.
You're by yourself now, Fuzz.
What are you talking about?
I was with you.
Q.
And I put
Q.
I put
Put
the
that
life,
on. Q.
I put the life vest on, and then you just ripped it off.
I think it's great.
Y'all don't look at guys the same way we look at girls, ladies.
We most definitely do.
So you give us
and we say all the same stuff y'all say.
But I think some of y'all be on your worst. You know what?
Some women
can I share something?
are really
All
far
right.
down the spectrum.
I'm gonna
on
share
it.
something that my mother. I look at my mom as like I never seen her date anybody. My mom's a Scorpio. The other day she was talking to her cousin, her favorite one of her favorite cousins are at the house. Yo, for some odd reason, Ving Rhames, Mission Impossible's on. Woo, Ving Rhames is fine. I'm like, oh God, wow. I've never heard my mom talk like this.
Wow.
It was shocking. And then she made another reference
And
to.
yet you made it into the world.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
Listen. She made another reference that shook the hell out of me, and I got up and left the house. Oh, y'all seen my baby boy when he was in the kitchen, butt naked. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. I don't want to hear my mom talk like this, bro. I don't want to hear my mom talk like this. I don't.
How'd you get here?
What? My mom's a Christian lady, a Bible thumper. I don't want to. And she starts laughing. She thinks it's funny. I'm like, nah, don't play with me, Mom. I don't look at you like that. So this is the same way I said.
Well, we mess with our kids all the
Sidney
time.
Poitier was her Denzel back in the day, baby.
Denzel was a Denzel. Come on, Denzel in his
Denzel's her
70s.
Denzel too. I mean,
yeah, this is.
Yeah, people are we're all
She's
humans.
a woman. Your mother is a woman.
Yeah.
Come on.
You didn't want to hear your parents talk like that.
But I mean, as I got older, I'm like, how did I get here? How did my sister get here? How do they keep the relationship going? Like, you gotta, somebody got to put their knees to their elbows. I mean, it is what it is. It just is what it is.
Face down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, someone has to do. Anyway,
That's the way we like it.
yeah, I mean, anyway. Okay,
Y'all hilarious.
Let's talk about
Y'all hilarious.
Your oldest son, right? Like, did he graduate from Morehouse?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
He took
Not
a
yet.
gap year.
Okay.
He'll get there.
Okay, but he's
whole
in the
different
music
subject. Yes, he
industry.
will get there.
He's making his own music. He's the oldest of 6. You guys
So
probably connect.
so he's in the industry. He
He is in the industry too.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in the industry.
He's a teacher and he is amazing, and he's on his second album that he's
Really?
working on now, and he's done shows, and he's been out on the road with us before, and so
R&B, rap. What is it?
he sings.
He sings.
He's a great
Sings
rapper.
and raps because you sing and rap when
Well,
you
right, kind of sing rap
these
is the
days
vibe
and you're
now.
young. You don't just sing; you sing and rap. So
He's on that.
he's making his music and he's making his mark, and he's good. He's making soulfully infused music too. But he's definitely
He's
got
not
his own
Baby
lane.
Kindred.
He's
He
yeah.
doesn't
he's
make
not
what we
trying
make.
to make neo soul.
Yes.
Per se, you know what I mean? But he's influenced and inspired by that as well because, of course,
He grew
came up on that.
Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean? But he's carving out his own lane, and we're really, really proud of him.
And what's the name of his? Does he have an
His
artist
name is Akil, and Akil Daoud, and he has his own album called "Born to Be Loved." So you and
So we
all
can
of your
stream
people
that.
can
That's-
go and
yeah,
stream
that's-
that.
promote it, yeah.
Yeah, it's available.
Yes,
it's available
it is on-
right
it's
now
on all
wherever
streaming
streaming
platforms.
platforms are available.
He performed at the Roots Picnic.
He is.
Yes.
He performed.
He performed
At
at
the Roots Picnic.
Yes,
Okay.
he
That's
did.
right. That's
Yeah.
a few weeks.
Yes.
few
Tore
weeks
the
ago.
house down. You know what I'm
Yes, he
saying?
killed it.
What was I thinking?
Yes. So
Tore the house down.
did you see it from him early on? Like, maybe, or do you
He fought it.
really?
We saw it, but he fought it. He wanted to play football. He was like, I don't want to be like y'all. And I was like, that, cool. And we were like, cool. We don't know nothing about football, but we'll be there. We were there every Saturday, all day.
So when did you
But
see it turn
when he
the
got to
corner?
high school, I don't know. Him and his homeboy started recording, and it was just like out of nowhere. It was like, yeah, I make music, and we were like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So it was lovely. I mean, he got into Kappa. He auditioned and everything. Got in.
You know
to
Kappa.
Kappa is Performing Arts High School in Philly. That's famous for Boys to Men and the
Men.
Roots.
Oh, we
and-
talked about that school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but he, he like
I went
said,
there
he
too,
wasn't
though.
interested.
It's only famous boys, men, and the Roots. It's like I went.
What year did you
go there?
graduate?
I didn't graduate.
Okay, well, that's why they don't
Hey,
talk
that's why
about
you didn't say that.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason
that's
because
why
I can
I'm
go
in-
into
I'm
some
already
other
in
things, but I'm
trouble,
not
so
going
I'ma
to do
just-
that.
Yo,
It's not the reason.
Your face was hilarious.
I'm gonna just fall back.
all right.
I'm in
So
trouble.
you did-
already.
You in trouble?
Are you
I
gonna,
am.
can you go back and
only
get
messing.
honorary though?
Nah, man,
it ain't
no
that serious.
Ain't no honorary degrees. My daughter just
Well,
she's about to graduate.
She's
from
about
there.
to graduate.
My 17-year-old daughter, and she just had her what was the
Senior recital.
So I feel vindicated.
You
My
got
kids,
beef
they
with the?
came
Do you
back.
have beef with the
legacy
school? You don't have.
continues.
You don't have beef with the school, do you?
No, I got no beef.
All right.
I mean, except they kicked me out of the school. And
Why they kick you out?
That's
What?
what. Okay.
That's what happened. Let's talk
okay.
about it. What happened?
Yeah.
Kappa, babe. Please tell the story.
Is it funny? Is
No,
a good
it's
story?
not about that. It's funny. I mean, like,
I don't know when to take him serious. I'm sorry. I can't read.
No, this is
'cause you're
serious.
like-
It's-
No, this is
it's not
serious.
funny. It's
yeah,
like-
he's
Okay.
about to. Yeah.
I mean, Performing Arts High School is kind of like Fame. Like, when
Yeah.
you used to watch the show Fame, it's really about the arts and the creativity of a lot of those artists. And
Right.
when I went there, I just was really intimidated a little bit more by a lot of the talent that was there. And I was a sax player when I went to the school, and all of the sax players were like super advanced, and I just felt like I'm never going to be like them, and so I just kind of didn't go to school, and then I just started trying to figure out what could I do with music, and that's where I found my voice, and I left the sax alone, and then they kicked me out of the school because I wasn't attending and staying really on. If I would have just stayed with the sax,
you'd have been good.
I probably would have stayed at the school. But because I got intimidated by that and abandoned that instrument in that way, they couldn't stay with me. It's like being a good football player going to a school or something. It's like if you're really good at it, it's not that make it sound like that they be pushing kids through school or whatever, because we know they don't do that. But it's just like, you just got to be really good at what you do, and you got to stay with it.
What would you tell yourself now? What would you tell your younger self? Like, I
would tell myself to stay with that instrument, because that's one of the reasons why now I'm trying to learn how to DJ, because it's kind of like, yeah, I do music, and I've been able to do music for over 20-something odd years and be successful in that in different ways, but I didn't stay with the instrument. And so, therefore, even though I found an instrument within myself, that outwardly being able to play and being able to utilize this tool as an extension of who I am as a musician was really important. And that would have grounded me more as a musician now. So I wish I had done that.
But you're not a petty person, are you? Are you?
I don't. Well, maybe.
Because this is me. All right, follow me on this. And this could be petty fuzz. Just have my petty moment right now. So some of the guys the musicians that you so-called felt like they were more advanced. Mm-hmm. Where are they at now? I just want to ask.
That's a good question.
Okay, without saying no names.
Well,
without saying no names.
But that's more about dedication and consistency and staying with it again, because it's like
10,000
what they had. By being that great, I don't know what they do now, what science they applied, what they learned then to who they are now. That doesn't mean that because they're not musicians or they're not famous sax players that they're not exceptional people.
I was just trying to say they probably felt the same way.
I'm talking about what that science as a musician at that young age would have done for me to stay with that and to master that instrument and then go on, as opposed to, because just like we talking about, who Boys II Men, who the Roots are, Jasmine Sullivan, the Bilal, all these different people who have gone on to the school and become successful, even though there are many, many others who are super talented who went to the school as well. But those names because of what they've been able to impactfully do.
Right.
But it doesn't take away what all of the students who went there who learned the same thing that they did. That's all I'm getting at, is that I don't want to.
He did
I feel like I'm talking too long.
No. He did go on to be in the Hall of Fame at the high school he did graduate from, and they honored him, and he's up on the wall.
What high school?
I still want to go back to the sax.
Overbrook.
I still want to go back to the sax.
But you wish you would have stuck with it. Because listen, I'm relate with you, because there's certain things I bailed out on. I wish I would have stuck with.
Yeah.
And like, I want to be a recording engineer.
It's not too late though.
But I went to a junior college where I was the only black guy.
Yeah.
But I did live sound. So I did live sound. And I'm like, I love what Bruce Swedeen and these guys were doing with Michael Jackson. So I was that guy. I wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I went to a junior college. I was the only black guy in the 80s. It was early 90s rather. And every time the teacher talked to me about mixing or frequencies, he was like, yeah, 80 hertz when you get that 808. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to just mix fucking hip hop. I love hip hop. I made money on hip hop. I was doing sound for the Far Side, but I'm like, just don't address me. Sting and the Police are one of my favorite artists. I love Genesis. Like, stop.
Just you was working with the Far Side.
Yeah, I was a sound man.
So you know Jay and what's Mercedes' brother name?
You talking about the producer?
Jay Swift is Mercedes' brother.
Yeah.
But then there's another guy who's the
Talking to the mic, please, sir.
I'm so sorry.
You're talking Jay Swift, and there's I know you're talking about the other producer.
Quentin's on his way.
Yeah. So that's how me and Big Boy linked up. I was a sound man, he was a bodyguard. And,
okay.
But I think, at the point, I was like, I like mixing engineer opposed to a recording engineer. It was two different things. So I had to but I bailed out. I'm like, man, I'm working with,
And there's not a lot of black men who do that, who at that time.
It was it was like not heard of.
It's never too late. True. Are you sticking with, so you're sticking with DJing and going through the hurdles of like it being hard because of the saxophone?
You still can.
No, I don't think I'm doing it because of the saxophone. But, that's kind of a good question because here I'm from to be intimidated by sax players and then come from the land of DJs and be 48 years old and then decide to try to DJ when all of my friends are the greatest DJs in the world. That's intimidating as well. So, but it's just like, yes. But now I'm, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm an accomplished musician. I know music really well. I have a lot of respect for what it is that I do. I'm not trying to be better than these guys. I don't feel in competition.
Doing what you do.
Now I just feel like I just need to learn this. I need to learn this and be as good as I can be at it. And because I haven't abandoned it and it hasn't like gotten to the point where it's just boring or there's too many people too good that I can't do this. I've already passed that stage now, like where I'm not insecure, I'm not intimidated by that. I'll be around other people who really, really good at it and be like, damn. But I see kids. It'd be 10 and 11-year-old kids who cutting and scratching and doing, and they better than some of the DJs who I think they've been doing it 50 years.
Choice, you're like, good. I bet your ear is really tuned in with. I know what to play. I know what to read the room, and you probably know.
Maybe not read the room yet because I haven't played a lot out for a whole bunch of people the way that DJs have.
But your taste is your taste.
I think so.
You are a producer, and you're producing on the turntables.
I think so.
Song selection is. I'm amazed at what DJs like. I know what I like. I have a wide palette of music, but I'm like when we were talking to Jeff earlier, he was playing shit. I'm like, I ain't never heard that.
Oh yeah.
I immediately went to iTunes like,
yeah, he's insane.
I mean, well, these guys are libraries of music. I mean, and
I admire you guys when you do that though. Like when he was talking about Pat Metheny, and I'm like, yeah, let's talk. You're talking that jazz talk now. I admire you guys as producers when you guys can hit me to shit that I'm not aware of or whatever. Like. One of my favorite songs that you guys was featured on, and I always want to ask this question. I'm glad it's popped in my head. You guys were featured on Music Soul Child and CeeLo, the song, right? Mm-hmm. What's the name of that song? I'm bad with titles.
Moment in Life.
Whatever that part at the end when y'all singing, and I play that song over and over again. Never knew that I was going to have this interview, but I'm like, I knew it was y'all part of the song that I liked. Oh. And I like the ad-libs and all that was going in and out, and then,
That song had like a lot of good synergy because we had never done like a collaboration like that before and the way that music produced it vocally was different too. So he had it to where Fatina and I would sing with him and during the verses. And so the way he organized it vocally was really, I think, special.
I think that's carving too. Like, I want
to make carving sure you give as well.
The right credit to the producer as well as the artist.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody who was involved in the production of that song.
But CeeLo just rapped, or did he sing too?
Yeah, we didn't meet CeeLo on that.
Yeah, he did it remotely.
But he just sang though. I mean, he didn't sing.
He wasn't with us when he did his part or whatever.
Yeah, he just rapped. But there was so much of the song, the synergy of the song was good, and the way they organized it was different. Usually you have a duet, this person sings, but he had us all singing together. I thought that was really cool.
I think it was how it was produced was so clever. Like, I felt like music stepped back and like let everyone shine. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking, I don't know. No. But I love that. I love the way that record, where it went to toward the end, it was like, got crazy. I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorites. We've actually never sung it live before.
See, okay, boom. That's the part that drives me crazy because that's the song I would want to see live.
Yeah, it would be dope. But I think at the end of the day, when people say something about a song that you were on and that has that kind of impact on them, we talked earlier about being, helping people with their marriages and talking to people, that kind of stuff like that. But to me, sometimes this is a bigger impact. To me, music and what it does for people. This girl wrote in my comments on Instagram this week. I actually commented on someone else's page, and this girl commented underneath my comment and said, "Oh my God, I love y'all's music so much." She says, "Whenever my parents are having a nonsense argument, I turn your music up and I sing it really loud, and it almost always diffuses it."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my God." So I go to her page because I'm like, "What? Are her parents old?" Like, I keep thinking, like, are they elderly or something?
Yeah.
And I go to the page, and y'all, she like 15. She looked like she between 15 and 18, somewhere around that age. And she was gorgeous, sweet little girl. She reminded me of my kid. And I was looking at that, and I was like, that's the last person on earth that I would have thought would have made that type of comment towards me about my music. And to me, that's just so impactful. So we have those kinds of fans. So even when you asked the question earlier about how do we protect our family, we often don't even have to. Because we make music that impacts people's lives at that level. So people actually have hella respect for our space.
Yeah, that's DC.
So when
She
I'm
went DC on it.
so when I'm if you're from LA, yeah, I got you. So we have so much of that when we go out in the street. People don't act wild. People actually protect us. They'll say, "I saw you today." I'll be on the internet or Facebook and say, "No, I saw you today. I didn't even want to bother you."
Wow.
Or whatever.
Right, I feel you.
So yeah, I love that.
So
That's
when y'all perform, so you guys write all your records, right?
most of them.
Most of them. Okay.
90%.
99, 98, 99.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna throw it on the second. Maybe it's the second album. There's a song called "Let It Go, Let It All Go" or something. Let It All Go.
Right.
That's Snoop's favorite song.
Okay, see, that's a West Coast slap, bro. Listen, I can't tell you how
You
many
hit me
times.
real hard too, dog.
Yo, listen.
Don't ever do that
I'm
again,
sorry.
bro.
I'm sorry.
Don't ever do that
But
again.
out to the point, it has a slap to it. That song has some kind of it has some West Coast swing to it. I don't know what it's called. I mean, you guys are musicians, y'all producers, but like that song right there, I can't tell you how many times I slapped that record in my car.
That's a good.
Who produced that?
A guy from New York.
Wow.
Really?
No, I'm not joking. I'm talking about the vocal producer was
Let it all
I'm gonna
go.
find out. Let me find out.
I think Anthony Bell. I think
Whatever that record,
I can't remember.
was that ever a single? Was that a single?
No.
No.
it wasn't a
That's an album cut.
yeah.
I wore that motherfucker
Crazy.
out, bro.
I
I wore that motherfucker
What-
out.
What's next? Because have you guys been able to go back out on the road? I mean, I know the last 2 years have been a little tough.
Yeah.
But are you guys back to semi-normal schedule? Of,
Semi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
we've been working since we've been able to work.
Yeah.
Since they've kind of opened things up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been cool. It's been really weird in some ways, and in other ways, it's like, oh, okay, thank God. You know, we did an outdoor event early on in the open up. That was like, we were like, wow, like people really don't care. Like they're just outside.
Together, shoulder to
Right,
shoulder.
they just woo. I was like, woo, wait a minute. But then on the other side, we've had to cancel shows in small clubs just because like somebody, got COVID or whatever the case may be. So it's been.
I feel you. I'll be glad when it's over with.
Yeah, man.
I was
We
gonna-
will definitely be glad when this shit is over with.
Yeah.
You know,
You know-
that kind
You
of
know what I'm
thing.
saying?
We had to
Yeah.
reschedule stuff.
Yeah.
Even when I was traveling over here, I'm sitting in my seat and I woke when I start coughing. And I'm like, why do I feel guilty
You did.
for coughing?
This was earlier.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You don't say.
Okay.
but
You know
I
we
went
got
to-
You let go of that though, right? Right before you came in here.
I got
Sarah,
tested for it.
Sarah, please get my
I got tested
Lysol
before I
bottle,
got here.
please.
Nice.
Listen.
Get my spray, please.
But I'm-
Nice.
Sarah, get my spray.
We'll be glad when this shit is over with.
It wasn't that.
Double entendre there. It's
yeah.
a
So
writer.
we were wrapping up.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, but
No,
just
but
wanna say,
we're wrapping up.
What's next for you
wrapping
guys?
up.
What is next for you guys?
Oh gosh. I mean, well, I want to say a
a
ton
test is in the immediate
Hilarious.
next.
of. I can't
But
deal with him.
Hilarious.
I'm only messing with you, Pat.
I get it.
Well,
I know
I
you
mean,
good.
a lot of stuff and less stuff. Because I think really what happens is that one of the things that happened with the pandemic is, like I said, I've started writing more. He started DJing more. We love doing what we do, and we're always going to do that.
We're going where those spirits.
Our kids are older, So supporting them in different kinds of ways. Yeah. So I just feel like we're open. We really had an idea for a really cool album project that we may go ahead and do, but the timing has to be right for that.
We're super fortunate, man. We're super blessed in a lot of in a myriad of ways in actuality, and God has been really good and given us the ability to hone different skills and work on ourselves and have space to continue to raise our family and not feel super pressured to do anything specific.
Got it.
And as much as, we all want to be more successful. We all want to have more money. We all want to go places and do different things. We get to do a lot. We get to be, and we get to feel, and we get to share, and we get to create a really comfortable life and create. And when we're frustrated and when we get down, and we get to remind one another of how wonderful things are for us, it's centering. And so, like I said earlier, I think that we're just kind of going where the Spirit takes us. We're in a good position to be able to do music. We're in a good position to be able to go out and perform that music. We're in a good position to have outlets to express ourselves, whether it's through DJing or writing books, you know what I mean? And just feeling what's next.
That's dope.
Because I think it's kind of cool to be at this age, because this age, you kind of know what you know, and you can believe that that's the truth. I mean, like, it's a cool space to be in. And I think a lot of times it's hard sometimes to embrace the OG-ness of it all, because sometimes, you get a grown-ass person that comes up to you and they're like, oh, I grew up on your music. And you be like, but you like 30, like, get away from me. But but the part of that that's beautiful is that, like, you feel a part of a legacy and a story, and you feel like, wow, like, I did something that's so significant that another artist got inspired by that, and that made them make their work. Wow. And there's nothing better than that. Mm-hmm. And now to look at my children and see them thrive the way that they are.
It's the residual rewards.
My daughter singing recital, she did like 2 songs. I knew one song she was gonna do. We get there, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna sing another song, but you'll see it when you get there. I'm like, all right, cool. So for a second, I thought she might sing a Kindred song. And I thought, nah, there's a duet, blah, blah. She knows tons of songs. And plus, I sang different songs to them when they were little. So I said, maybe it's that, because, a kid will try to make you cry. So I get there, and the keyboard player starts playing, and suddenly it's this song called My Time. And so she decides to sing a Kindred song. And it bugged me out, because I knew that she had no idea that I started writing that song with her laying in my lap. Like
she had no idea.
She was an infant laying next to me in my lap, whatever. We were just right there in my girlfriend's apartment. And she sang it because she liked it. But she didn't know that the backstory, the full circleness of that moment for her to sing those words.
She also wasn't thinking about that her daddy got kicked out of the school that she's singing her song.
So many layers.
Yeah. His song in the school. He got kicked out.
Talking about.
It's full circle kind of shit, man.
So did it hit you guys differently?
I think it hit us both differently.
Motherfucking right.
It's weird, man. This is weird.
Yeah.
It's
special. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's amazing.
And it makes you have a lot of gratitude for what you've been able to do, and how that affects different people, and the residual rewards.
That's it.
That keep
That's the name of the
coming
episode.
From
residual
doing something that you put your heart into, and then other people embrace it, and then it just keeps giving back to you.
And the other day, same thing. The kids were playing something. They were in the room. They're like, "Mom, how come you don't listen to your own music?" I was just like, I just don't. I sing it. I get paid to go out and sing it. So I don't.
Like, you're not playing in the house.
And the kids are like, oh, no, you got to listen to it. And I'm like, why? So they went on this whole rant.
They were serious.
Yeah, they went and got the Bluetooth speaker.
Wow.
And just started playing all their favorite Kindred songs. And I was shocked. They knew the words to songs that we don't even sing. Like, I mean, album cuts, like you said. to me, like I said, we'll always, God willing, be able to go on the road, sing songs. When you write a song like Far Away, thank God people love it and they don't want to hear it. So you be out there doing it.
Right.
But, I don't know.
I think it's shocking when our kids, because we all have kids.
Yeah.
I think it's shocking when they pay attention to something that you didn't think hit home.
Always paying attention.
And I just don't, my daughter told me something like, I said, oh, you remember I said that? Yeah. I'm like, it's crazy.
This is a dope part of this era.
I think it might hit them, but it connects differently at different times in their lives. So, like, it might have hit them at an earlier stage, but then they might embrace it differently as they're going through that experience. We dealt with that a lot with our music because we was relatively young when we first came out, but it was still resonating with an older audience because it felt like more mature than some of the music that some of our contemporaries were making at the time.
Yeah, my daughter, she shared something with me saying that she
I'm missing the mic.
She appreciate that I always supported her in whatever she wanted to do. Like, she wanted a guitar. I went and made sure I got a Hello Kitty guitar and I got an acoustic guitar. And I'm like, I was just doing what a dad's supposed to do. But she was like, no, I ain't telling myself I want to do some art supplies. And I'm like, oh, you pay attention. I didn't think you. Yeah. I didn't think you really. I thought she didn't really. She just,
But that's the thing is that as an artist, you get to see the what happens to that work. The ripple effect of the work.
The residual
rewards of the work.
I've never used
that. And that just kind of happens. So you say what's next, and really just what's next is to be in the moment and feel that, because you can be working all the time and not feel that.
Hell yeah.
And miss the moment.
Yeah.
And miss that. I don't want to miss it. I mean, I want to remember and sit in the moment and remember all the things I did with this guy. I've been with this man my whole adult life. We got married. I was 7 days shy of turning 20 years old. I'm 43. And
he knew what he was doing. Smart man.
Smart man.
I didn't know what I was doing. We just was doing it.
We was just doing it.
We just was doing it. We had no clue.
We just want to feel it.
Can't take credit for that.
We just want to feel it. At least that's what I feel. Like, so yeah, that's not the sexy answer, but it's just.
No, that's an answer.
Honest, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Listen.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we thank you. We give it up.
Asia. Y'all teaching us.
We be singing. We be getting interviewed too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, look, we're not promoting an album. We're not about to put anything out. I was like, why do they want us on their podcast?
Everybody has a story.
I was thinking like that. You know what I mean? That's why I appreciate you guys having us on. But like we're just living right now and having a good time. In between records and in the pandemic era, and got a bunch of kids being raised, and we're just grateful and happy people.
Yeah, y'all always been just dope people, dope people to talk to. And it is good. And when you do radio and TV, it's like 3-4 minutes. It's like, hey, what's up? Bye. Right. So like Fuzz being in town, like you guys are definitely on our list to talk to. So thank y'all for making the time and being gracious.
I definitely got my questions. There's certain things.
You got it in.
Yeah.
There's some songs on which I'm like, what about this? What about?
Yeah. Yeah, but thank you for being gracious with us again. We're sorry for being tardy to the party.
Man, that was no word.
It's all
right.
good.
It's a residual reward. Hey, that was.
You gonna get a Philly cheesesteak sandwich after this?
Yes.
You want one?
Yes.
Go get one.
Yeah, we are about to get one. Y'all hungry? We about to get something to eat.
Hey, no, you know what it was? You told me it was a fish spot that I was supposed to go to in Philly.
What fish spot?
See, it was a Muslim fish spot that. Am I wrong?
It's a famous.
Spot? It was a famous fish spot, and I said, "Yo, why we didn't go there?"
Was that in Philly?
It was in Philly. It was on the corner. Like, I sent you a video of somebody going there.
Was it shrimp?
Something,
you sure it wasn't
bro.
Sid Bookers? All right, hey guys,
we're gonna figure it out.
We're out.
Bilal and all the
they
good
go.
Muslim fish places are kind of
FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. Subscribe, all of that.
Tell a
Want to do
friend.
business? Sponsor Fuzzy.
Go
and
stream
Q
all
at
Kindred's
G-
music right now. Spotify.
Frequently
Apple,
asked
Tidal.
questions
with Fuzzy and
these
Quincy.
guys.
Yes. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Bye.